The PSVR2 is apparently off to a very slow start. Let's get into it. Hello there everyone, it's Aidan from Push Square, and of course, as you know, myself and the team here at the website and the channel are very big fans of the PSVR2. It has been a very notable and worthy upgrade over its predecessor. The games, the graphics, the tracking, the setup, everything is just vastly improved, but that doesn't necessarily translate into a big hit for Sony, because according to a recent report from Bloomberg, it's off to a very slow start sales-wise, selling only around 270,000 units since its launch in late February. What comes to mind for me immediately is that it's still early days. I do think that this was always going to be a slow burner. It wasn't going to be a complete success from the very beginning. A lot of people felt that the games library for the launch period wasn't there. I disagree, but of course, each to their own, and I do suppose a lot of them were PSVR2 upgrades. And I think if you look at the big system sellers, your Horizon Call of the Mountain, maybe your Resident Evil Village, if you're not into those games, then, and it's very easy not to be into those games, I think, then it's easy to pass it by. Also, VR is a very different medium. You're not quite buying into another console. Like if you go to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation, you kind of know what you're getting with those. You know what to expect with games in general, but you're moving to a completely different medium, and VR is a very hard thing to sell in trailers and just by like the word of mouth. You really need to try it before you get a sense of how great it really can be. So to me, this news doesn't come as a massive surprise, to be honest. So according to the data coming from a research outlet called IDC and one of their members named Francisco Geronimo, Sony need to be looking at a price cut in the months to come in order for this not to be a complete disaster. Now, price is obviously quite a big topic within the whole PSVR 2 situation because it's more than the PS5. A lot of people saw that as too much. I personally didn't, just because of what you're getting with it. It is round about the highest kind of quality VR experience you can get right now. So the price reflected that for me with your 4K or OLED panels. But of course, that is coming from someone that is really into VR. So I was already kind of sold on the tech behind it. If you're not there, like I said before, it's a hard thing to sell. And when you slap £530 onto that, like we have here in the UK, then it's starting to become less and less likely for you to go for that. I would be very surprised if we saw a price cut in the next couple of months, mainly because of how annoyed the early adopters might be, because obviously it's a big expense, it's a big thing to buy into, and if you are immediately screwing over your most passionate fan base by saying, yeah, okay, we know you bought it for this, but here, let's convince some other people that didn't really want it, let's cut it by £50, let's say. That is not going to look good, I don't think. It would annoy me personally. I think it would annoy a lot of other people. So I don't see that happening too soon. I think they're going to stretch it out for a little bit more. But I can't say that it's worried me so much, and of course we don't actually have official sales figures from Sony themselves. They have denied a lot of the reports that have come from Bloomberg in the past, suggesting that they cut the production line because they didn't think they would meet their sales projections. They are going to say that, I would say, so it doesn't surprise me too much there. But we'll just need to see how this pans out. I think Sony are in too deep at the moment for us to be worried just yet. They're obviously developing a whole lot of VR experiences, whether those be big kind of AAA games. Of course, we've still to get Firewall Ultra later this year, or the smaller indie games and the PSVR upgrades. There's a lot still to look forward to, and a lot more experiences that will amp up that library and eventually convince other people to maybe go for it. And of course, we're still looking at Christmas. Christmas is a while away, but that will be potentially a big boost in sales for PSVR 2. Generally, I'm not too fussed about it just yet. I do think a price cut will come, potentially on that run up to Christmas. Really, I think this was to be expected. For the beginning of a new platform, a new medium, they need to build up that library. They need to get more of those games that convince people, and obviously convince the developers of the big, recognizable franchises to take that plunge. At the moment, all we have, big franchise-wise, is Resident Evil and Horizon. So we need a little more, like a Call of Duty, something a little bit more mainstream that potentially would bring more of those people over to PSVR 2, and then they can discover other games and experiences from there. But anyway, let us know how you're feeling about all of this. Are you worried? Do you think this is expected? Leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like as well? That does really help us out. And if you want to stay up to date in the news, reviews, guides and gameplay all within the world of PlayStation, then why not subscribe to us here on Push Square. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.